Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome back to Wodiki's food review. Today we're gonna be taking a look at this. This is an Eastman Kodak vest pocket camera autographic. Now, these were made between 1915 and 1926. The autographic means that it has a little opening here at the back where you could write on the back of your film. Now, these were heavily used in the First World War and actually marketed towards soldiers at the time to go out and document the war and to bring back pictures, which the British government didn't actually really like because it would kind of expose the horrors of war to potential future recruits. But that didn't really deter soldiers from getting these cameras and taking a massive amount of pictures, making the First World War very documented. Now, this camera, specifically right here, was made in 1919, so it didn't actually see any involvement. The way I know when it was made is because on the inside, right here, on the little stand, is the serial number. And if the serial number is in the millions, then it was made after 1918, so after the war ended. Now, in the front, you can see right here the lens, or the whole lens construct. You might recognize this from that one guy who took this thing out and put it on a modern camera and then thought, oh, these pictures are gonna look like pictures from way back then, when it didn't then just look like normal photos with an actor. Now, up top here, you can see 25, B, T, and 50. The numbers stand for fractions of a second, so if you put it on the 25, the shutter speed will be a 25th of a second, and on 50 it will be a 50th of a second. B just means as long as you hold the button down it'll be open, and T means timed, so you'll press it down once, the shutter will open, and then you press it again and it'll close again. Down here you can see the aperture select. Now with this little thing you will open and close the aperture. And it doesn't even have the f-stop numbers. It just has 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then little like descriptions of when you would use that aperture. So this is probably f7.7 and the most closed would be f22 or something in that ballpark. Right here on the back we have the film window where you can see on what picture you are currently. You will have the opening for the autographic feature, which sadly you can't really use today anymore since no film has that backing to write on. And also in this camera the autographic pen is missing, so even if I had that film, which probably would be expired like 90 years by now. Now this little plate here, this round thing, you can actually remove to get to the lens and clean it from the inside. You do this by twisting it, which is kind of hard, but yeah. Taking it off and then you'll have the lens right here. Put it back on. Now the way to open it is really easy. Most cameras have like a button or a latch to open it. Like this one has a button here on the outside where you press it down and then it just pops out. But with this camera it's way easier. You just grab a hold of these plates here on the outside and just pull it. And you heard that second click there? That's very important to do because you need the bellows completely extended to have a sharp picture, because if you just pull it out like this, then it won't be completely extend it, and you'll have a blurry picture. So always make sure it's completely out. Now this is a about 105mm lens, which is standard around the time. Right here is the button to press when you want to take a picture. So it's on, I'm gonna put it on 25. And now take a picture. Well, I would have taken a picture now if there was any film in it, which there isn't yet. On top here you have the prism. This is to look through to see what your image is gonna look like. So if you want to take a picture in portrait mode, you're gonna look at the cut that's like this. And if you want to take it in landscape mode, then you can twist it around. It's gonna be on the side, and you're gonna look at the lengthwise one. Hi! But yeah, right here you have the top. This is where you advance the film. You open this thing like this. Nope. Like this, yep. And nope. Like this, yep. Then you twist it, and if there was any film in there, you would see it advance. Now to open it up, you just switch the little button from lock to open, and open it up like this. Then right here you're gonna see the take-up spool, which is just the empty film spool from the film before, usually. What you want to do to refill film is take this out. Then you're gonna take some fresh film and open up like this. Now you're gonna want to unwrap this, take this off, because it's annoying in the way, and then you're gonna take this little slip, put it in this slot over here, like this, wrap it around a bit so it's clean, in, prop the camera up like this. The take-up spool goes on this side, and then you're gonna have to like kinda just get it in there in the back. This can be really difficult, or it can be really easy if you do it right. So now you have the film in there. You have to line these up, because there's this little slot right there, which this goes into. So if you don't have these lined up, then you're not going to be able to put the top on. And close it up. And now you have film inside. So if you look through this window right here, I'm gonna advance. Maybe you can see it move in there a bit. And I'm gonna advance it until I start to see something on it. Some arrows. And 1, which means right now we are on picture 1. So this camera is now ready to take some images, and I will show you some examples. Now this camera uses
127
film, which is kind of rare today because the most common type of medium format film is 120 film, like this one right here, but this is obviously too wide for this camera. So if you want to get 127 film developed and scanned, then you're gonna have to go to some special developing place, or you're just gonna develop and scan it yourself if you have the capabilities. But it's definitely a bit more of a hassle to develop 127 film. And not 120 film. But if you're really into that whole like old aesthetic, and if the hassle is worth it to you, then definitely go ahead and try it out, because this is really fun. If you can pick one of these up for cheap, if you're lucky enough. I got this one for 25 euros, which is definitely very lucky, because most people see this and say, oh look, it's really old, let me sell it for 100 euros or so. And yeah, but it's definitely a nice small camera to shoot with. Like, it's smaller than my phone if you take them side by side. Anyways, I hope you liked this food review. See you again in 15 million years.
Oi.
What the fuck war das denn?
Warum bist du so laut?